Yeah, I'm from Spartanburg. And moved back home after college. And was working out.
Nice, that looks great.
Very nice.
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, how are we gonna do? I'm gonna go, then you're gonna go, then you're gonna go. Okay.
And then there will be a 30 seconds of no one doing anything.
10 seconds. That's 175. Do that. Just get a few. And go like 2 reps before you actually think you're gonna fail. You got 9. Easy. Come on. Come on, 2 more. That was 8. Yeah, nice. It's fine. Holy shit, I already gotta go again.
Why is my heart rate going up so high?
Barbell cardio.
Barbell cardio.
Will you eat your damn fucking eggs and make the barbell cardio easier?
Andrew read me an entire scientific paper in accent about eggs last night.
You have to eat your damn fucking yolk. Is it ready?
Yeah, go.
Go.
Nice. How many?
10.
There you go. 8 again, Brad. Relax your arms on the way down. Down? Yeah, you'll keep them so flexed. Fast hips. Get on it fast. Come on, come on. Come on. There you go.
Pinky, this is hard. What an entertaining mic'd up. Just everybody breathing hard and dying.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Can't even breathe. Come on. Faster elbows, Maggie. Holy fuck. I just wanted something that was like develop power output, was really posterior chain dominant, and was more moderate volume of reps at a moderate weight for some like hypertrophy stuff, hypertrophy work. I mean, I like, for anything that has like a bodybuilding bias or maybe lean, I always like moderate weight, moderate reps. So not like 95 and 50 reps, but not like 315 and 2 reps, but like close to body weight, 15 reps for lots of sets.
Is this supposed to be close for our body?
No, not necessarily. Maggie, on the way down, think about, as soon as you come down, think about hips back. All your power is gonna go from butt back and then extend the butt. And then fast elbows. You're a little more knee forward. You're a little more like this rather than that. So butt back. So this off-season time of year is like trying to build more muscle mass, hypertrophy, muscular stamina, you know, your ability to handle, you know, tolerate volume, whatever.
That was number 4.
Nice.
This is collarbone endurance for me.
Collarbone. I have to push up my shoulders.
That's what I was doing in the last couple sets.
Tomorrow, the most where I feel that will be upper back traps.
Yeah.
Which is, and I think it's fine. I think a lot of CrossFit athletes, we almost, the way you were talking about that pathology of inward knee tracking in always being bad, it's like CrossFitters, like, it's like legs every day, and how much do you ever develop your upper back, upper body?
Yeah, just because you need to use your knees or use your legs on a clean doesn't mean having a bigger upper back doesn't help. Yeah.
I don't complain about my blisters. I just cheat around them.
Is this mandatory double overhead?
Should be, yeah. I need to make sure I include that in the notes. back and forth till you finish. I'm just gonna do 5 by 15 and do 5 sets. And you know, your deadlift, power clean, like look at all the athletes with some of the best deadlifts in CrossFit, especially like their upper backs is huge.
Chandler
I mean,
Smith and Patrick Boner.
It is a total body lift.
Yeah.
Any good? Like muscular stamina, power output in relation to CrossFit and having the most skill transfer is going to be a little heart ratey. Like some of my hardest training sessions ever are like early August to late September. 6 sets of 12 front rack walking lunges at like 195 to 205 with like 30 seconds of rest between. Just like brutal strength and muscle development stuff where you're just not getting the rest that you want. And stuff like that's incredibly effective at making you strong and resilient. In our last cycle, we had a lot of holds and tempo. We had that GHD, hip extension and deficit deadlift progression. So those following our progressions are already have a bit of resilience and tolerance built up in their backside. And so this is more about like developing your tolerance to a moderate amount of weight, repetitively growing muscle, growing power output.
I would say your backside is probably more tolerant than anyone else's though.
Surprisingly, after moving to Charlotte.
It's not about the money, it's about the reps. Yeah, this is hard, this is good. The 10 and 10 next week's gonna be really hard. It's probably gonna be lighter. I don't know, I think maybe I could do 10 and 10 it's like every 4 for 5 sets. It's a lot of rest, it's way more rest than that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I could probably do that at this weight. Well, I guess we're gonna find out. We're gonna be doing mic'd up of this progression every week. I'm the opposite.
Did you develop that, or do you feel like you've always had that efficiency?
I just, like, at a weight like that, I'm like almost over pulling. Like I have really fast hips to start. And I'm just yanking the bar to my shoulders, and then as I get more tired, I'm like receiving lower and lower and lower. I still feel like I keep my hip speed,
I
but I lose my
default to my hips.
Yeah, I lose my pull. And that's just, I think for me, I've developed that by understanding, like, conceptually, everything in CrossFit is about your hips. And you should never be relying on your arms over your hips. And almost no high power output exercise. Even a parallel handstand push-up is all hips, and you should be following through with the arms. And it's only strict gymnastic work, and not even a legless rope climb. A legless rope climb is almost just as much hips as arms. Hip flexion, reach, hip flexion, reach. Same with a pegboard, reach, knee up, reach. But only like strict pull-ups and strict handstand push-ups are where it's really not hip driven. So understanding that and trying to move with that concept in mind in all your weightlifting. And that's why I think they, he, them say that weightlifting is predominantly best for developing hip power, speed, and lower body strength. And body weight exercises that are truly strict are best for upper body. That was brutal. Wow, good job, you guys. That's why I wore straps.
I have that too.
Oh yeah, but yours isn't wide open, dude. Shut up. And you're not trying to be as posterior as me.
I'm trying to be as posterior as you, that's the point.
Then you should have worn straps, because then it's all posterior and it's no grip.
True.
So that was 30 seconds of work, 90 seconds of rest for 5 sets, max rep hang power clean. I think at like 50% of your 1RM clean or around there. And then at the 10-minute mark, however many reps you accumulated over the 5 sets of the hang power clean, you do for time for quality of deadlifts. So I did 16, 15, 15, 15, 14. And then for the hang cleans, then I did 5 by 15 for the deadlifts. And then next week, the second week, which we'll also do a mic'd up of that week and the third week, will be fixed sets. It'll be like 10 deadlift, 10 hang power clean, every 4 minutes for 5 sets, aiming to do it at that weight. And then week 3 will be 10 deadlift plus max rep hang power clean, or maybe 8 plus max. And then week 4 will be a complex that you build to a heavy complex of. That was really good. I'll feel that tomorrow in a good way. And yeah, we're on the second cycle of the 2026 training season. So our first cycle was like a lot of maybe deeper range of motion, like deficit deadlift stuff, tempo squat stuff, overhead squat holds. And this cycle will be focused more on like moderate weight volume accumulation for muscle growth, building a tolerance, muscle stamina, stuff like that. And then generally speaking, as you go from further away from the open to closer to the open, the sessions will get more intense, more metabolic, heavier, going from basically like accumulation, intensification to realization. I don't really like those words, but that's just a general trend. You start with like structural integrity, building your joints capacity to handle loads and reps and volume, and then you slowly increase that and develop muscle size, muscle stamina, etc. And then you get heavier or higher rep or more intense as you get closer to the competitive season. And then during the open, when we're done with all of our cycles, we'll move to that kind of varied strength work format where each week is not a fixed progression, and we're putting our lifts in more ways that we expect to see them in competition. So it's like 10 to 12 weeks of pretty varied lifting so that you're prepared for anything when the open comes around in quarterfinals or semifinals, etc. So, peace.